There is no better spot than Namibia for individuals who enjoy a genuine connection with nature and want to reach out and touch Mother Earth. Namibia's numerous cultures cover an amazingly diversified population for a lightly populated country, with only 2.1 people per square kilometer and a population of 1.8 million. Welcome to Planet Lux, and in this video we'll take a look inside the Namibian culture with iconic animals and powerful music. Namibia is a really all-encompassing country to live in, with clean, well-established cities rubbing shoulders with desert wonders and wild coastal shorelines. Namibia's diversified and at times severe climate led to its colorful history, with international and national clashes resonating throughout much of its recent history. Namibia has about 8 different languages and many ethnic dialects, although English is the official language and is spoken by almost everyone. This should make communication for most relatively simple and practical elements of life, such as understanding road signs, a breeze. While no country in the world can claim to be crime-free, Namibia is one of Africa's safest and most politically stable countries. This could be due to the country's tiny population size or the good governance it has seen in recent years. Whatever the reason, foreigners are unlikely to be forced to seek political asylum or become victims of a hijacking. Having said that, the standard safety precautions that apply anywhere else should be followed, as pickpockets and opportunistic thieves abound everywhere. Namibia was formerly known as Southwest Africa until being colonized by Germany in 1884. Because it gained independence in 1990, less than half a century ago, the country has strong German ties and customs. One of them is the craft of brewing beer. Beers like Tafel Lager and Windhoek Lager are sold all over the world, but they are best savored in Namibia, where the hot, dusty air makes a cool ale taste exquisite. Traditional beer is also widely available, and while some of the more unusual brews may not be to everyone's taste, they are all well worth a try. Most Namibians do not have to compete for table space in restaurants or wait in lengthy lines at the aquarium, which is overcrowded with tourists. This has a lot to do with geography. The country is simply enormous. Another factor is that Namibia is relatively unknown in terms of major tourism sites. As a result, for locals, sightseeing is calm and unhurried, and the country's reaches can be appreciated in privacy. Those looking to learn more about African history and Namibian culture and traditions will not be disappointed. There are several opportunities to contact with indigenous tribes, and the country is home to ethnicities that are unique to the country. The distant Himba tribe in the far northwest region is especially interesting to meet, and these people, like the animals that survive in the desert, have adapted their lifestyles to the tough and arid surroundings. One would be remiss if they did not take advantage of the unique and amazing wildlife that Namibia has to offer while living there. It can take weeks, if not months, to traverse Namibia's desert landscape, but perseverance is always rewarded with breathtaking sights and sounds. Locals have the distinct advantage of time and can explore different sections of the country at their leisure when conditions are ideal. You'd be hard-pressed to find a local who believes they've seen everything the country has to offer. It's just so huge that there's always more to see and do. Namibia was the first country to include green legislation into its constitution, making it the first country in the world to do so. The government supports this, and rural people have the right to manage their animals through communal conservancies. Conservancies are government-registered pieces of land where ethnic communities have traditionally lived. Local communities can manage their natural resources in this way with the help of a democratically chosen committee and approved management plans. The majority of these conservancies are open to the public, with admission costs going toward preserving the country's natural heritage. Sleeping with the desert sand under your head and the stars above your eyes is one of the best ways to truly connect with Namibia. Camping is a favorite pastime among many inhabitants, with options ranging from simple to luxury and everything in between. Self-drive camping vacations are ideal since you may plan your own itinerary and hit the road. Namibian music is extraordinarily diverse, owing in part to the multiplicity of language groups and the past's forced ethnic isolation, which inhibited people from freely mixing. Namibian musical practices may most likely be categorized based on 3 broad bands found throughout the region. Cultural exchange, migrations, political history, and even agricultural practices are all etched on bodies and disclosed via dance and music. Much of the music is sung in groups, with dance and occasional drums. The majority of solo songs are performed with bows, lamellophones, or unaccompanied. Musical traditions are well preserved in the primarily rural northern band, which stretches from the coast to the Kalahari and north of the Red Veterinarian border. Music is frequently practiced in groups. It is associated with certain daily or seasonal functions and demonstrates diverse identities among various cultural groups. This means that music is created when there is a need, such as when naming a newborn, at weddings, funerals, harvests, age-related transitions, and healings. The tonal systems of music, as well as the use of instruments, differ dramatically from west to east. Agriculture is a significant element of people's life, and many key musical events are influenced by the seasons. This is true for both semi-nomadic herders and more sedentary crop growers. The more urbanized region, which stretches from Walvis Bay to the cattle farming areas of the east, has long been multicultural. Both European and indigenous music have evolved in Windhoek since its founding about a century and a half ago. The German people saw to it that brass bands were established in churches and for amusement, and that every church had a chorus to enhance services. Thus, even in the early 20th century, violin ensembles practiced in select black church schools, whereas the white people attended classical concerts, typically of smaller ensembles. Dance orchestras were also popular, performing ballroom music, while Afrikaans, Boere muziek, and Oorlems music were popular in the Rehoboth area and other smaller towns. Central Damara populations adopted Western harmonies at some unknown time in the past and regard their choral dance step performances, known as concert songs, as tradition. The Damara people adopted the Nama-step dance, which is accompanied by guitar and accordion. Damara performance songs have a four-part harmony structure similar to Setswana and even Xhosa choruses of the same style. Coming-of-age songs and cattle herding songs, all pentatonic, can be heard in the Setswana-speaking eastern area. There used to be dance halls and shebeens in township areas where musical performances took place. Saxophones, double bass strings, drums, and guitars were used in the bands. This vibrant music scene was shattered when the old location was forcibly demolished and residents were relocated to Katutura, a new segregated township. To the east of Okahanja, across the vast grazing grounds dominated by the Herero people, one may find their distinctive singing-chanting heritage, which is nearly identical to Ovahimba singing, as they are of the same ethnicity. Ova Herero singing consists of a variety of free rhythm solo incantations, as well as a variety of praise songs and poems. The population of Namibia's severely arid south is thinly spread, with people residing in a few towns and scattered around the country as small stock farmers. The rhythms in this region are simpler than those in the north, but the harmonies, which are akin to Western four-parts, are more prominent. This history was given to Namibia by the Oorlem people of the south, whose forefathers came from across the Orange River through their song. Their Langarm dances frequently have a 3-beat Boerewals rhythm and are performed while hanging onto a partner and are accompanied by guitar, drum set, piano accordion, or concertina. These instruments have since been replaced by electric keyboards, but the music is still performed in a distinct style and rhythm. While visiting the country should be on every nature lover's bucket list, spending a year or two exploring its amazing splendor is highly advised. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Would you like to visit Namibia if you ever get a chance? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.